develop. So, Emily, do you want to defend the team or lay it out for me?
All right.
Man, I hope we get a magical story this year because we have been blessed.
I'm going to go with top esports. There are so many players that I really
It's crazy because Worlds 22 and 23 were so goated. With the T1 JDG rivalries and the DRX stories and stuff from the EU LCK versus LPL, the expectations for Worlds are like here. So if it delivers anywhere here, people are going to be like, this was the worst Worlds ever.
The LPL, Mako vying to be potentially the best support to have ever played the game. Another world championship, I think, would cement that for him in a lot of people's minds if he's not there already. And I just really love this TES team, guys. They can be so smart. Obviously, the flip side of that is that sometimes they can be so dumb.
Yes, and I think that's why, because I feel like you're the only person who picked an LPL team here. And that's the one you're going with. Can you live with that decision knowing that they are hot and cold?
I can live with that decision, yes, because I've watched this team and I'm a masochist. I'm a KT fan. I'm used
I was going to go there.
Disappointed.
Yeah, I get it. Chronicler, what do you have for us?
You know I got to go for the final Crocs Tiger. And that sentence alone, I think, will hurt a lot of people very deeply. I gotta talk about Peanut. I think the rest of Humble Life have an incredible story as well. But this player, to me, has shown us...
I'm on the Peanut hype train too. The final nut.
One of the best junglers of all time. He has excelled in a carry role. He's excelled now, and for years has been one of the most decorated shot callers and early game junglers in the LCK. This guy has won everything there is to win, except that World's trophy.
Jack, you like the tweet?
I think have already shown how clutch they can be, and how fitting would it be if Peanut finally lifts that trophy.
I love it. But do you remember what happened last year?
Yes, I do.
Tell us.
Yes, I do. Okay, so if you don't remember, Gen G looked great. They were 3-0, and then they went down 2-0 to BLG, which, okay, whatever, you know, you lose. But they went to 2-2, and then they lost. And it's way worse.
I was finishing the tweet, then we're going to...
So I want to talk about Gen G. They've exiled Peanut to the other side of the LCK. I'm talking about Chovy, and this guy has been considered the best player in the world for a while. For a time, he was the best player who had
There's a lot of good stories in here. A lot of good stories in Worlds.
LCK splits in a row.
The stories are, can Chovy win Worlds? Finally. Can Peanut win Worlds before he retires, the final nut? The LPL, can they recover from what's been a horrible few years of international success? And then there's FlyQuest.
Will be my favorite world storyline.
Trying to step on you with the Gen G. I've been informed that in comparison to rehearsal, we actually have loads of time. So if there's any important storyline that you do want to highlight,
I'm not trying to undersell FlyQuest. Yo, listen, if FlyQuest win a game against Gen G, that's insane. Oh yeah, and then the T1 back-to-back. The T1 back-to-back would be...
Would it be the biggest
The T1 back-to-back would be insane. Zeus World Finals MVP again.
I think it would have to be.
And the 5th is for their chef.
It's a first seed.
It does a disservice to some of the other Giga upsets.
The 5th is for their chef.
I think so.
Well, for me, the biggest thing...
All I'm saying, chat, is there's 2 series which people will miss out on because they're like, I'm not that interested. It's LNG Weibo, which will be a massive shitfest, and Humble Life BLG. I actually think these 2 series are going to be completely schizo. On this game, you're going to get some of the best team fights in the world, I think. Actually, BLG, you're going to get some of the best team fighting in the world. And in this game, LNG is a little bit slow, but I'm also hoping for the most insane team fighting in the tournament. Not in a way where it's like flashy, but in a way where it's fucking degenerate.
Particularly the bot lane, played the way that they did on summer. And then I think that not only did Viper have an incredible day of the finals, but additionally, Peanut played absolutely mind-boggling series. And Zephyr actually stood up to Chovy, which is why he ended up getting the finals MVP.
I was baiting you, but you let in and you gave me an analytical breakdown. It's great. I love it.
Do we still have time?
I think we're on time, but you can say it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I have this weird thing with Xiaohu.
Oh, that sounds
who's playing the series today.
Yeah.
Because cumulatively his stats are incredible.
Yes.
So he has the 2nd most international wins of any player, second only to Faker. He's won MSI 3 times in 2 different roles. He's won an LPL MVP. He's been LPL first team 3 times. He has 5 LPL titles. He's been to Worlds 8 times, and he hasn't won that World Final. But if he had a World Final win, that overall resume would make you think he's the second best player of all time, but like he's not the second best player of all time. He's this walking contradiction.
It's difficult.
But it's incredible that we get to see him yet again today.
It is, and we have him in an incredible mid-lane
Xiaohu's a
matchup.
very
Thank you
smart
so
player,
much for
one of the
teeing it
smartest
up
players
so
ever played the
perfectly,
game.
because our featured matchup presented by Mercedes-Benz is Scout versus Xiaohu.
Scout versus Xiaohu.
Today, two of our sports icons face off in our featured
Mega banger.
by Mercedes-Benz. Jumps into the back line, but isolated his hung. He has to flush away, but Scout brings them together. BLG don't know what just hit them.
Scout's hair, bro. What's he done to his hair?
Two legends that have been battling it out, not only in the LPL.
Chat, I need to push the ads now, and then after draft, and then you're mega chilling. I'm just gonna push it now while everyone's not here. You can stop now to avoid it, but you're not gonna miss anything. Nothing's gonna happen. But I need to push the ads now and after draft. I'm sorry, I have to buffer them. Otherwise, when everyone's here, they're gonna get triggered.
This tournament, they have proven themselves yet again. Yet today, only one.
How can you talk about his haircut?
Will be able to move on.
Well, mine's not. Okay. Oh, my left ear.
Today, LPL hosts and translator here at Worlds. Thank you so much for joining me.
I'm happy to be here.
It's the first time we do an interview like this, but there's so much to talk about. It's an LPL versus LPL matchup, and we have an important player to celebrate today in the likes of Xiaohu, because during these Worlds, he could reach a lot of milestones. He could today become the player with the second most wins and the second most games, right behind Deft, actually. So I wanted to ask you,
look at those names,
as an
man.
LPL expert,
Look at those
what does
names. Wow.
Xiaohu's success means to you throughout the years, and the fact that we keep on seeing him at the highest level?
Definitely, we feel so proud that we have Xiaohu as an LPL player and always representing LPL in all the international tournaments. And also, I feel like Xiaohu can always really
Why does he have
maintain
this
a
thing
very
around
high
his neck? Someone
performance,
explain
like,
it to me.
for so many years.
Morendico,
And
what
in
is that
between,
then?
He switched as a top laner, and now as a mid laner to be able to qualify to World Championship and so many MSIs as well. So I really feels like he's a player and really hold the LPL spirit, because I still remember a couple of years ago he shared like,
Is it a choker?
I want to tell to all the rookies that once you become a pro player, you only have one goal, the championship. And I believe Xiaohu is still like running toward the way towards the world championship, because he has so many LPL titles, MSI titles, and the one thing he left is the world championship. And definitely together with this new WBG roster, they're going to try their best for this game.
Jesus.
It's crazy because he's been present in so many different
Look at
rosters,
it.
so many different teams, even in different roles, as you say. It's role swapping to top lane and then coming back to mid lane. Would you describe him as a role model, maybe for younger players or LPL fans watching League of Legends?
Is it a neck
definitely,
warmer?
because
Oh,
we can
okay.
really
It's
see the
what the hell?
tenacity inside Xiaohu, because he can always try his best to
Oh, he's
like,
loving
try
life.
to
I
practice,
rated.
you know, all the games on stage, and
He's
also
loving life.
sometimes he'll be the leader for the whole team, because he can really hype up the whole team to help the team to build a very good vibe, to build a very good morale, to help the team a lot, like inside the game and
Who wins
also
T1 or
outside the
top
game,
esports?
as a big role for the team.
As an expert and
T1,
someone
I
who's
think.
been talking to him for years, what would you qualify as the biggest evolution from Xiaohu, from the moment you started interviewing him to today and the player he became?
I feel like Xiaohu is like keep growing as a pro player, because maybe, for example, like previously some
Today
people,
we get
like,
Scout
kind of
versus
blame him,
Xiaohu.
like he cannot like play some
Tomorrow we get
champion
Humble
units
Life
so
BLG
good, but
banger.
for this World Championship,
The next day we get
they got the B1
T1
pick for
test,
his
crazy
unit, and
mega
his
banger.
unit can really have
And then we
so
got
many
Fly
good
Quest
plays as
versus
well.
Jin,
So I
which is
feel
just
like
gonna be
he's
interesting.
just keep practicing,
We got
like
some really good
try to
quarterfinals.
have an even wider champion pool to help the teammates, and he can play like all the different champions so well, to have the Lucian to carry the game, and also to have so many utility champions to help the team.
You get Doran
so I really feel like
versus
as a
Finn
pro
tomorrow.
player, he actually
You get
has so
Zeka
many progress through this
versus
pool.
Knight.
And even more specifically,
And you get
the matchup that
Viper
we have today, Scout
versus
Xiaohu.
Elk.
It's a matchup for
Like,
ages.
what
They
the
played each other
fuck?
100 times. It's going to be the 101st, 101 time actually that they play each other on the world stage.
Viper,
What does
Elk,
this matchup
Zeka,
mean
Knight.
to you?
Oof.
And I also want to mention, like, actually WBG and the LNG, they got a long history. They face against each other in both the spring playoff, the summer playoff, regional qualifier. And for so many best of fives, they just play till the very last game, the fifth game. So it's and also they have the jungler switch between the teams, so they're very familiar with each other. And also Scout is definitely a legendary player as well. So I'm really looking forward to see how they going to perform here at World Championship. And also,
So for context, Weibo Gaming is 2-1 versus LNG in best of
They're always
fives.
facing each other in important matches, and they're gonna take the fight up until the end. That's the expectation here. Wendy, thank you so much for lovely interview and insights.
Weibo Gaming won in 5 games in spring.
Interview on stage. And
Weibo
guys,
Gaming won in
back to
5
you.
games in summer playoffs. But then in the regional final, LNG won in 3-0. Did they peak at the right time, LNG?
Spring Tiger can become the big world.
Maybe they peaked at the right time.
Giant tiger?
Leopard?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just love the rivalry between the two players. I mean, if you include Demacia Cup, it's 58 wins to Xiao and 54 wins to Scout. Like, that's a long-time rivalry.
It's sure. And shout out to Nymera. He asked who are the junglers getting in the divorce and who's getting the best.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's very interesting. But looking ahead even more to this series between LNG and Weibo, at these international
Come on, crowd,
tournaments,
fill up, please.
unfortunately for the LPL, or because they always all qualify, we have a lot of team kills, Emily.
Yeah, so I wanted to cover a little bit on LPL team kills because we've had 2 massive upsets when the LPL teams have gone up against each other. TES versus Suning in 2020. And then just last year, Weibo Gaming narrowly taking out BLG. I actually think Wendy touched upon why a lot of these
Weibo
matchups
Gaming.
tend to be so close.
That was the shy right there.
LPL, like regional qualifier and playoff brackets
Chat
are
reset,
such
PPX.
massive gauntlets that you have to go through. You are going to become very familiar with your opponents, and you can see a lot of the time LPL teams will sometimes play a little
There
bit
he is,
faster
there he is, the
and
Shy.
looser against
Oh, I hope he
teams
comes
that
back
they're
next
really,
year.
really
Oh, please
familiar
come back,
with.
the Shy,
These 2
please.
teams that we are about to see today in LNG and Weibo are both intimately familiar with each other.
It's that volatility that makes it really hard to call as well going into this series. Because last year, as mentioned, BLG wouldn't have the favorites. All it took was Tarzan time traveling back to 2018 to make that one happen.
Oh,
True, and Weibo, yeah, I mean, we'll get to if you feel like Weibo is favored in these best of 5, but we just have to remind people of Weibo being underestimated kind of the last 2 years at international tournaments, and last year where they really opened the eyes, and I think people will have revisionist history because the finals didn't go their way at all, but they do these miracle
There's a minion in the fridge.
again in the LPL in summer, and they did it last year at Worlds. Of course, the Shy isn't there, but, you know, they've got plenty of ammo.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked
Chat,
about
the
how
crowd's
the
filling up.
junglers from these teams swapped, right? Breathe and Tarzan coming onto this roster. I also think with the LNG matchup specifically, Weibo does one thing really well, and it's disrupt LNG's early game, right? This can be a very volatile team, which sometimes means that people will be like, well, I don't know if I can believe in Weibo because they're going to throw a lot of stuff out there, but in this specific matchup, it's so close, and I actually think a lot of the stuff they can do early to disrupt what LNG wants.
This is either going to be an LNG 3-0 or a 5-game fucking disgusting S series. This is going to be the funniest shit ever.
They played right after the LPL finals. They played this regional qualifier game like the next day, and you could definitely look at that and say,
Like, the series are completely degenerate
this is how
between
good
them.
these teams are.
The 2 series also couldn't be further apart, right?
Exactly.
Like in how they looked, how they felt, and I'm just gonna give a bit of a spoiler. I'm a Weibo believer, right? I think
You're a
that
Weibro.
I
You know
think
what,
this team
Chronicler?
is gonna bring the magic again today.
I'm not.
And
I'm
that
not.
first series, more importantly, is what I expect it will be like.
Man, I
today.
kind of want to
If
support
you
Weibo a
remember
little
that
bit
rest
though. Oh,
of
fuck,
LPL
sometimes I'm like, fuck
what
Weibo,
was
and then
a
other times I'm like,
2-0,
yes,
which isn't
yes,
even a
fuck
thing
yeah,
anymore.
Weibo.
The rest all went to
Oh, I don't know,
games.
I don't know,
Can I get
man.
specifics? Why,
I don't know.
What is it about that best of 5 and their play that made you believe in them so hard?
Well, okay, it wasn't the regional qualifying, it was the fact
One
that
before, yeah.
they played finals, then obviously had a really rough go, and then still had the tenacity to beat
No,
out
but who
Gen G to
stepped
get
up?
here.
Who stepped
I don't
up?
know.
Why were they so good?
Xiaohu stepped up.
Xiaohu.
Okay.
So I think, like, in order for Weibo to win, Xiaohu and Chris, the 2 of them, absolutely have to step up. I also think we've seen insane performances from
Fuck
Breathe
it.
as well,
Fuck it, we
especially
lock
on
Weibo,
Star.
we do it. I changed it, we're
But
locking
I think
Weibo.
when I'm looking at, like,
I
okay,
do it.
who stepped up
do it.
when this team was struggling, because both LNG and Weibo actually had some really poor performances this year and have overcome that as teams to now face each other on the world.
Also in terms of
But they have to get
LNG,
knocked
there
out in the
is that
semis.
trap-
They're allowed to make it to the semis. They're not allowed to make it to the finals, because then everyone will say, no, the Shy can win. If they get knocked out in the semis, no one can say that.
Sit on it and saying, you know, maybe I would have liked to drop another game because you're in the dark.
We'll get to the
It
semis.
is tricky. They played 4 games, and it was so long ago. if we look at last year, Gen G and JDG were the two 3-0 advancements in the quarterfinals. Gen G lost in quarters, JDG lost in semis. So yes, it's nice to make it to the quarterfinals early, but
every team I support loses.
The greatest thing.
Yeah.
Nah.
And this is a
Only in Swiss stage.
quote. I was going to say a quote from Scout with Ashley Kang. He was saying it there. And
This
teams
is the
have
way I win the
followed to it.
pick'ems.
But what do you think of their meta read, Emily? And what do you kind of take from what they showed in the Swiss stage?
But they have Scout and Gala. Why am I doing this? It's so lost.
But yeah, let's take a look at some of their drafts, because I think when LNG came in here, their draft was a little bit, let's just say, dated. It seems like they were drafting a little bit on the prior patch, as you can see.
Rumble, LNG, Zika's Rumble was crazy.
Up there, but then it's all good, because next time we get this cool dive composition with the Yone, with the Nocturne, and the Ashe to support that. The thing that I really loved from this team actually was pulling out the Camille Galio comp alongside the Kaisa. This is a team that really loves red side. Camille and Yone are actually two champions that we've seen Zuka and Scout both pull out in LPL. They're very comfortable with a lot of these picks. So I think they're going to want red side, and they're going to want to find these picks that they're super comfortable with.
I'm also seeing both
Who you got? Hammerlife for BLG?
Very
I got Hammerlife
towards dive. And if Gala gets to play Kaisa, I know we haven't really talked about him as much, but that's very scary to go up against, because I think this guy's Kaisa has shown so many times, going way back to what, like 2020 MSI, how incredibly dangerous
It is, and I feel like at Worlds he has been plagued by that whole,
Fuck it, I'm going Weibo win, chat. I'm doing it. I'm doing Weibo win.
And somehow I feel like that is a big
Don't let me down, boys. I need to win these pick'ems. I'm behind by 10 points. This is the way I come back. It's the Weibo LNG series. I thought about it.
Bring out the best in them. But chat, what do you think
the
about
Weibo LNG series is the way I come back.
I think quarterfinals in group stage, but even more so in Swiss stage format, are so interesting, because technically the sins of your past have been forgiven and it's a clean slate. But we have to look at like what actually happened to get them here. And Weibo specifically, they were one game away.
I wouldn't mind a Gen G versus BLG grand final though. That would go hard. Actually, any grand final sounds great. Gen G BLG, Gen G Hammerlife, T1 Hammerlife, T1 BLG, all of them sound great.
How very, very close they were to not even being in this World Championship.
FlyQuest versus Weibo, great finals.
I think it shows the volatility that we were talking about, which can be a strength and a weakness. But the more impressive thing for me for Weibo at this tournament specifically has been how they have been able to adjust in a lot of these series. We saw them play a lot more controlled against DK in particular after dropping.
Light, this is you, baby. You gotta carry me here. You gotta carry me big time.
That was really
Lock the fuck in, Light.
Like something that Tarzan was comfortable on. So this is the coin, the two sides of the coin for Weibo, right?
Yeah. I want you to cast your mind back to 2022 and 2021, because both winners of those two tournaments went all the way in terms of games, right? EDG played 5-game series in quarters, 5-game series in semis,
and 5 games in final,
when it came to the final game in the finals, like we've been here many times before, TRX took planes to that as well.
That's true.
And that's the strange thing about this, like as good as LNG
How are you picking so far? They're great.
In their first 4 games, they've only played red side games. That's how crazy it is, because they were in a low pool, so they never had side select, and they were always on red side. Whereas Weibo have actually had that chance to prove their adaptability, as Emily pointed out.
True, but they've given away more information.
I just gotta see it. I want you to see it as well. Our fans, they voted in the MasterCard fan prediction
Weibo favorite
of the day, and whilst I feel my desk kind of hovering towards Weibo,
say it's Weibo
the
favorite.
fans are absolutely
Wow.
What?
Okay, so
really,
what's going on?
Really
I cast T1 and I've not seen these level of percentages of
Holy!
That's insane.
Fuck it. Now I want Weibo to win even more.
Look at their accuracy, 86%.
Now I want Weibo to win even more.
Drop the ball? What do you think?
I think they do.
Now I want Weibo to win even
I'm a
more.
believer.
Yes,
I think that given what we've seen, this is going to be a messy series that is going to go the distance, and being tried and tested in these extremely high-pressure situations is going to be the difference maker for Weibo.
I see. Away, bro.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think I'm surrounded by Weibo's. I'm going LNG.
Okay.
Even though
I'm going
think
Weibo, I'm
I
going
already
Weibo.
laid out
I think if
how
Weibo
can
stabilizes top,
beat
they're gonna win
LNG,
this.
disrupting the early game, kind of making them work for it instead of getting laning leads they want to go into team fights. I think LNG still looks like the stronger team, and I also think it's going to take some massive step-up performances from what we've seen from them at this tournament, from Xiaohu and Crisp, in order to defeat LNG.
So I do actually completely agree that LNG has looked better. But I also think that they looked better because the other team was drafting 6 patches ago. When they played against BLG, BLG gave them Yone, Nocturne, Rumble on the red side, which then became the tournament meta. When they played against DK, DK was running like double AP with Mage Mid, Mage Bot.
Don't talk about DK. Don't talk about DK.
Like, yes, they did look good in those games, but
Keep
Weibo's
the name out your
adaptability,
fucking mouth.
I think, is going to prevent LNG from getting large draft advantages, and then we're
The
going
cow
back
guy's
to
there!
Oh my
this
god, the
massive
crowd's gonna be popping
rivalry,
with this motherfucker.
This LPL flip, this Scout versus Xiaohu, 58 and 54 all time, and I just have this feeling that based on the run
That guy was at the
that
LEC
Weibo
finals as well.
was able to make last year with mostly the same roster, I think they're going to be
Fake
able to do
curve.
that again.
Oh my god,
Above
Teemon's not
all,
even playing and
I
they're taking over the
wanna
studio.
take a cue from something
The
that I
arena.
believe Xiaohu said in the teaser today, which is, this is an LPL versus LPL matchup. We know each other so well. The players on both of these teams, again, they used to have the opposing jungler.
Wait, let me open the window one second.
Let's make it fun. And I think above all else, LPL team kill, I want to see volatility, I want to see fighting, I want it to be fun.
It should be, and I think more often than not when it comes to this, this is what we see. I think the added context also of the fact that we had this 2-week hiatus for LNG, the fact that they probably know some scrim info here and there that could just push the meta ahead. And I feel like we might get a lot revealed here in terms of how the tournament progresses.
We're going to see some scrim pockets revealed. We're going to try and be able to track who is scrimming who is this
See,
weekend.
the crowd's filling up,
You're always trying to hide your strats from the other side of the bracket, but the deeper the series go, the more that's going to be revealed. And
Faker will always be in every crowd.
is definitely what I'm expecting today.
I hope so indeed. We are so happy to be back here in Paris. And of course, 8 teams are going to step on stage here, but only 2 will at the end of these 2
Talk to me, Shocks.
head on to London. We have an LPL team till today, and the LCL has that big mission to come out on top. There's one Lone Ranger from the LCS in that bracket, and the quarterfinals start right now. Woo!
Get me into the draft. Actually, get me into the teaser first. Get me into the teaser. Holy fuck, we're locked in. Play that fucking violin right now. Play that violin. Play the violin right now. Play it. Chat, play it. Someone play the violin in chat. There it is.
Paris. Ville lumière. C'est chez moi, ici.
C'est chez moi. C'est chez moi.
C'est ici que le destin de 8 équipes sera décidé au cours des 4 prochains jours.
I love this teaser. Zeka! Holy fuck, he's got so much aura, it's crazy. That Xiaohu, that Weibo jacket is crazy. The camera, bro!
Et ce que le futur nous réserve, nous devons attendre pour le découvrir.
Découvert.
去年我们打李明的时候，打野还是他的，我们打野是维维，现在我们两边打野都已经互换了，感觉我们得把维维赢下来，不然的话他应该会太开心了。
就刚结束那段时间，就感觉非常遗憾，然后可惜吧，然后就感觉，我就希望弥补去年的遗憾吧。
Lock in Weiwei. Actually, don't. Weibo needs to win.
上一次自己来巴黎是9年前在 T1 的时候吧，也成长了很多，然后就来证明自己。
我们5个人就是最强的，我相信今年 LNG 会夺冠。
去年的话，就每一场都比赛都很想赢，所以我们心态上有点很着急的吧。今年的话，做好我自己，然后这样才能帮助到队友的。之前就觉得他是一个非常厉害的选手，打了之后就还是觉得他是一个非常厉害的选手。Let's go。我很熟悉你，你应该会了解我。我们一起打精彩的比赛吧。
赢下他们肯定是会很开心的，力挺一下的。职业生涯到现在就总是在跟刺客的打比赛，很难就是把有趣联系在一起。
另一方都会带着 LPL 的那一份走下去。
感觉就是比较可惜吧，就是跟朋友们就是必须要回家一个。
我们在 AK 的时候遇到很多次，我们这次会走到很远。
石涛仔，我们也是老对手，不管这次结果如何，我们给大家展现一场精彩的比赛。
我们会一步一步地走向决赛，在这个过程当中，任何人都不能阻止我们。
Begin now, draft.
Fans d'e-sport du monde entier, bienvenue à la Didas Arena Paris.
Paris.
Êtes-vous prêts pour les quarts de finale des mondiaux de League of Legends? Notre premier match, une rencontre fratricide entre deux représentants de la région LPN. Premier entré dans l'arène, accueillez chaleureusement LNG.
Zika!
Jungle!
Way. Where's Scoot?
Relay! Scout!
Scoot. Where's Gala? Smile, Gala, smile! Smile! No smile.
Maintenant, veuillez accueillir leurs adversaires, finalistes en 2023, de nouveau en marche vers le sommet, Weibo Gaming!
Bree. Lock in today, Bree. Don't get gapped. If you get gapped, the series is donezo. Oh, that guy got left hanging. Don't fall over, Tarzan. Don't fall over. Don't fall over like last time. Don't fall over. Oh, he's locked and noted. Xiao. He doesn't high-five anyone, he just walks past. Nah. Light. Krispy Kreme, give it to me, Krispy Kreme. They should have called him Krispy Kreme. They should have called him Krispy Kreme.
Paris, déchaînez-vous encore une fois pour vos quarts de finalistes. LNG, Weibo Gaming.
Calist is coming.
Bonjour, salut, bienvenue, and welcome to World's Quarterfinals here in Paris. It is our honor to present to you Weibo Gaming versus LNG. I'm joined by Kobe and by Vespers on the desk today for what is likely to be a very exciting and hopefully close series.
We would expect it to go the full maximum amount of games because even though LNG did get the 3-0 in regional
it's okay,
finals,
we're here for good games.
The previous 4 series of that, you get max games here. And these
we're here
teams
for
know
good
each
games.
other so incredibly well. This year being 8-8, I am so excited for them to slug it out on the world stage here because your whole year doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're 8-8 coming into this. What matters is who wins at Worlds. Everyone is looking at this match.
Kobe, talk to me.
It's a battle of brothers, rivals, allies, and now enemies as they put their dreams on the line to fight for a spot in the semi-finals. Our first quarter-final matchup, and as you gentlemen rightly said,
who's got side selection, chat?
As 2 LPL teams join us on the rift today. We're excited to see what they bring in the meta. I'm curious as to how things have evolved.
LNG,
and specifically,
they choose blue or red.
Two teams own metas because they know each other so well that there's oftentimes
they chose red. Rumble ban is good from Weibo. LNG are locked into a Yone ban. They can't afford to play it. I need to turn it down, it's a bit loud.
7 of the last 8 games that they played,
there's the Yone ban.
Out, and guess what?
How does Weibo draft here? Nocturne is a very big pick. And a bit of a scary pick. With Yone down, Orianna Prio's quite high for Scout and Xiaohu. Louder? Is it too Is LNG's bans just Yone, Aurora, Skarner? Is that it? Yeah, LNG, Yone, Aurora already. Yone, Aurora down. I think they have to ban Skarner last and that's it.
We'll see if LNG do give that respect over to Xiaohu once again and remove the Lucian as their final ban.
Both the Ziggs and the Ashe are available. Both champions that we've seen. Both AD carries highly valued.
Nidalee open, yeah, but his Nidalee didn't look that big of a deal. Sylas banning and Scout. Okay. I mean, Skarner first pick looks good here.
Now again,
Skarner first pick looks really good. Ezreal ban, yeah. So what happens if they first pick Skarner? Does LNG max it with Xin Zhao? Is this just the direction you have to go?
Have used very successfully as well. So first,
what do they get? Ashe, Xin Zhao, Skarner, Ashe, Xin.
For Weibo, Tarzan has definitely had a
is it good for Weibo?
Skarner, as have many other junglers.
They could do Lucian Nami on 2-3 as well. Also think Gnar, Renekton are very high prio now that they're both open. So they could do... Enemy team can't pick jungle, right? So they could do Ashe, Renekton, or Ashe Gnar.
The Skarner is just such a high commodity that it has to be picked up early. Where are they going with their next couple of picks?
I mean, it wouldn't be an LPL game if we didn't get a high priority Renekton.
I wonder if they'll pick a top laner.
Jax through from LNG, but right now Zucca is hovering the Jax. Something that we've seen be very prevalent.
I don't think picking Jax here is that good though. I mean, Bing would do it, but I think Ahri. So Vi is quite a high prio jungler. I would pick double solo lane then. Not Camille though. I think Ahri Gnar is fine. Ahri Renekton is good. Yeah, both are good there. I think Breed has to match Renekton with Gnar Cassante. I'd be surprised if he plays Jax into that.
They really were cooking in a lot of them. You know,
what a Xiaohu playing to Ahri. They could drop Xiaohu and take the Ashe.
It's going to be nothing spicy in this game so far. As you mentioned, it is
Poppy is really good, but I don't know if he plays Poppy.
Blind picks here for both solo lanes.
Kai'Sa? Yeah, Kai'Sa's hard to pick. Yeah, Ashe makes a lot of sense. The reason they don't pick the Vi is because Skarner's already picked, right? They know that they weren't going to lose Vi.
It would make more sense to save that for your third pick.
I think they're just really proud the Renekton here, and they're like, fine if Breeze goes to the Cassante or something into it.
I wonder what Xiaohu plays.
We'll see if there's any extra spice there. But the
I think
Ashe
Gnar is
also-
best here.
So Ashe to me, for Weibo, is a bigger pick, not just
It
because
must be
of
Gnar.
bottom lane, but because they have often paired
But
the
dropping
Ashe
mid sucks,
with
but dropping
Tarzan
top sucks
Diddley.
as well.
And I love a good Tarzan Diddley.
Orianna.
Your hawk shot and your pushing lane that you kind of guarantee with the Ashe sometimes. It doesn't mean it's
Yeah, they could have dropped mid and played something like...
very far from
Now, here's the big question. Do you pick Vi or do you pick AD carry? You pick jungle or AD? One of them's dropping, right? If you drop AD, you're losing Varus, Jhin or something. Maybe Kai'Sa because it's Gala.
Stopping the Diddley. I know we're all excited for it. It was one of Tarzan's best picks, especially against LNG. He can really
Nocturne, okay, they're going to drop AD.
We'll see if that's locked in instead.
Yeah,
For
makes
LNG,
sense.
They are going to go for Nocturne here.
I think Rakan is a really powerful champ for LNG right now. Braum banned because they have Ashe. They want to stop Braum Ashe into Nocturne Renekton so they can kite back. Wait, right now Weibo's kiting back and LNG's going in. I would personally ban Kai'Sa and Varus if I was Weibo. I feel like they're two strong champs here. If he plays Jhin, it's kind of fine though, because you can just play Cassante. You can even play something like Malphite, but I doubt they'll do that. I mean, it's Gala, right? You gotta get rid of his Kai'Sa.
Pretty deep dive right now, and Weibo have a very solid, structured team fight here. So
They can afford a top ban here. I think Cassante ban is the best.
Gala, of course, the premier Kai'Sa player.
LNG could consider a misfortune ban here when you kind of look at the Wombo combo.
Jax ban.
They're taking the
Yeah, I mean, Jax is good for Breed, but I don't know if Jax is the best champ with these champs.
Especially on the side lane. What direction will Weibo go? I imagine they're going to continue to pinch that.
What about Jhin Bard? Nah. I don't really like Jhin Bard. I don't know what I like here. I think I like the most Varus.
Obviously, Nocturne's going to get on the back line anyway, but you can stop the army, you can stop the Renekton from following up.
What do they have? Ziggs ban. Okay, so here they have Varus, Shin, Lucian, Nami. That's it. That's all they have. I prefer Varus of the three.
Always dangerous to talk about the Hovers because
They can't play Kalista into Ashe. It's impossible.
The Gala is very confident on.
Syrakan is terrible as well.
Yeah, I think Jhin does make a lot of sense in the context of this comp.
Yeah,
Just
Jhin.
Easy follow-up, because any CC that lands,
Jhin is
it's so
best.
easy for the Deadly Flourish to then provide that additional
Now, I
skill.
just think,
Also gives you great siege
is Renata good for Weibo? Or is it better that they play like Ashe, Leona plus Cassante or something? I think Cassante, Gnar, both good. I think I lean a bit more towards Cassante. And then support, I think Leona, Renata are good.
I imagine some disengaged tools. Maybe a Renata could be an option to help act as the anti-dive.
Jhin Ari, it's over. Yeah, I mean, LNG's comp Gnar is fine. LNG's comp, if they fall behind, they can lack a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going very, very versatile team fight here for Weibo. A lot of very nice scaling for them. And a couple of those like defensive supports that you mentioned, possibilities here, but it is kind of blind, so you are a little bit worried about
What's Krispy
the
Kreme
answer.
thinking? I don't like Rel. It's more of a denial pick. I feel like Rel is what they want to pick on 5.
Good support. She can also disengage. She can jump onto the back line with the Magma Storm, kind of sacrifice herself to make sure that you're...
Yeah, Rakan is a really strong champ. I thought Rakan earlier in the draft. There's the Rel. Rel is really good for them.
Him jumping in, following up an initial engage, you get the ball in there, and then it's very easy to land a shockwave when multiple players are charmed up.
This meta has proven to be very
Poppy support? No way. Nautilus? Nautilus is fine. Chat, I'm gonna run ads quick. If you want to avoid ads, you can use a tier 1 on Twitch Prime. You don't have to sub if you don't want to. You'll be back before the game starts. It's a big kiss. I'll see you before the game starts. You'll be back. So they did go for the Rel. Alright, I mean, LNG's comp. I mean, I prefer Weibo here. I feel like these 3 champs are pretty good against these champs. They have really good...
Not in here, Jordan.
Sauce up your sandwich with limited edition Walkers and Heinz flavors.
Can make you change your mind. Girl, will you ever be mine?
I'ma take that and put it with this. I'ma take this and put it with that. Take a step back, look at it. Take a step back, look at it.
This is you on your first day as a teacher. This is a class you'll inspire. This is a lesson you'll learn from her. And then.
And this is an 8 for you!
These are all the lives you'll shape. This is the one you'll shape the most. Search Get Into Teaching.
We've got 4 legends of the gaming world here to compete in real-life challenges to win this LEGO Gamer Trophy. They're going to be playing attention to detail focused Minecraft LEGO game.
I'm slightly terrified knowing I'm in the same room as Trixie.
There's no pressure then.
You stressed a little bit?
No.
No, I've never been stressed in my life.
I'm just taking the box, but
They never expect me to take it apart.
I've had enough coffee for one day. Stop building!
The new iPhone 16 Pro with cinematic slow motion. Now with EE's enhanced 5G and unlimited data. So you can keep the family connected. Plus the power of Apple Intelligence.
Your financial journey starts here. Investing 101. Avoid the hype. Trust the differential curve. Whatever life you choose, gold is easy to invest in online. It could help you grow what you have and protect it. Gold. Choose your own path.
The EE Game Store is open to every player on any network. And you can spread the cost of exclusive console bundles to level up your game. Search EE Game Store.
Will be very happy to soak up any XP he can acquire there as well.
Slow push coming in from Gala and Hung in the bot lane.
Was Tarzan trying to do Crux and...
splits the map.
Maybe it's W properly or something.
The question is, Breathe now hitting level 2. When is he looking to TP towards the bot side? For now, he's sticking around the top lane.
Yeah, Ari's in trouble, man. Not like, it's not like game deciding, right? But this lane sucks already.
Really interesting switch from LNG
because Orianna into Ari is so annoying early.
Support will go and
especially
cover,
if you get chunked level 1.
Coming across, Zucker's going to go down towards the bottom side, but they're leaving a lot of time with that top lane tower free for Weibo.
Yeah, the big thing to watch is, can Chris get under the turret? Because they can teleport
I
in
don't think LNG can... Oh, Crisp's pathing is kind of sus, though.
Under tower, but Weiwei's trying to block.
Breed's going to TP in with Mega Gnar.
Right now. No battle dance, so none of that shielding from the
he should TP in now. But he's scared. He's really scared.
Turret, but they've already lost 1 plate.
Oh, look,
Crisp can't connect. There's
well,
the Mega Gnar TP. I don't think LNG should do this.
Tarzan's on his way. Breed in good. Wallop triple stun with the Mega Gnar. LNG thinking about the dive.
Ooh, they're going for the Rakan. Oh, he W'd out. Oh, the Q sniped him. Ah, pause already.
We've got to pause.
What?
We got to pause. Everything goes sepia as Crisp goes
what?
down.
3 minutes in, and already we find ourselves with a pause. I mean, the idea there.
Was there a bug? No, there was no way a bug, right?
The bot lane of Weibo. I've seen the bot lane of Weibo. Breathe.
Let me check the replay.
Lands that connects the Wallop, but the focus onto Chris.
I have a feeling Rel Q flash didn't work because of the bug.
The mobility that he has available. He has the flash. He has the heal. He's able to create that space between him and the opposition. He still ends up dropping. But I feel like that the fact that Weibo, they should be in a position to outplay this, given the HP difference that I'm seeing on my screen right now.
Gala's 200 HP on the tower. Like, that AD carry is gone for if we see the game continuing from here.
Yeah, just at our first taste of action in this game, immediately, I mean, it could have been way worse for LNG because, as you say, it was actually Weiwei with the Nocturne Q that was able to snipe Chris as Chris was able to
Rel Q flash hit.
And get under tower.
I feel like this is a peripheral issue.
But yeah, I think Gala will be very short to follow here, and it's all about
Gala's flash didn't work. I think Gala paused. I think Gala paused. Watch Jin. Oh no, he W flashed. His root went off with the W flash, it worked. I'm looking at Jin. Something with Jin looks weird here.
I think it is a good one. It would have been even more successful, of course, if Chris had been able to.
I wonder if someone's keyboard broke or some shit. I can't tell what's wrong here. The Jin W hit the Gnar. The false shot didn't go off yet because he Qs. Look, he W flashes, autos, and then he Qs, and he wants to auto here. It's peripheral issue. Yeah, I thought so. There's no bug there.
Yeah, now's quite an important time to have a functioning peripheral.
It's true.
The Rel Q hit Gnar. Yeah, that's how it works. The way Rel works is when she Qs, if you're here, it registers, but the Q kind of takes the back.
Are not great right now, both level 2 as well.
Ooh, look at them all doing the faker. All of them just resetting, eyes closed.
Breathe is also about to lose his Mega Gnar, which means that he's also in a position to then start chipping away at those HP bars as well. So I think that
I hope the observers are ready. Normally when a replay happens, like a pause happens, and we get back into game, there's only 3 or 4 seconds of gameplay before we get into the game as a viewer. But they're in the middle of a fight, so...
The bigger part that they're going to gain isn't just this dive defense. They've got
it looks like it was hung.
Lane on top side. So regardless, they are getting resources out of all 3 lanes. Whereas of course, 4 people diving on bottom side, they're only getting resources on 2 of the lanes. So
I know what it is.
No matter what happens when we...
I think I know what it is. I think Hong's keyboard didn't work. His ignite doesn't go off. I think here Rel wants the Q flash ignite, but he doesn't ignite. I wonder if he's pressing ignite, but it's not going off.
For LNG, currently, LNG started to dive under the tower.
Yeah, maybe.
3 members of Weibo have
maybe it's someone's working or some shit.
But 2 members of LNG are very low, so we're expecting that Breathe.
I mean, Rakan's dead already to the Nocturne Q.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a second.
Oh, he has heal anyway.
Okay. You know we're going to get straight back into the action.
No, Rakan has healed. Rel, I'm talking Rel.
Again, to set the scene, as you rightly said, Crisp is the first to fall. He ended up using all of his summoner spells.
I think we're back in game already.
Full HP.
Are we back in game?
Coming through, so Medic, take it away.
Oh, the dive continues to happen. Gala is going.
See what I mean?
Can't quite see it on our screens as of yet, but we'll jump back down.
This is what's annoying. Sometimes it takes ages to get back in. Well, I'll drop the replay quick. Drop the replay. See what I mean? It takes a few seconds to get the spectate because it unfolds.
A 2 for 2 is great.
2 for 2 is really good for Weibo. And the HUD broke. Oh, great.
Teleport out from Zuka up to the top side after dying, but it's so
drop the replay.
Light was up at the tower. Ash was able to get that extra lane here. And now
drop the replay.
Continue to harass and bully. Look at all this extra damage.
Crucially, the timing of the dive is very important as well, because Kobe was talking earlier about how with the bot lane setup, let's go back to this replay. So the TP comes through, a really
triple
nice
stun
comes through from Breathe, and then the attention turns on the Crisp. I like this focus from LNG. The problem is
the Q snipes him. Gala gets taken into tower. He dies with flash down. Flash out from Zika. Tarzan follows.
Now you could argue this is a bit of an overcommitment because at this point, you know, they could disengage, they could prioritize.
Tarzan dies.
You know what? The kills go over to Hung.
2 for 2 is good for Weibo in the lane swap. Because Light was laning top and Renekton lost so many minions. Look how useless his Renekton is.
Massive for Weibo. Let's remind you of the regionals where Zuka actually really outperformed Breathe. You know, Zuka had an amazing regionals in that 304 LNG, but setting up Breathe here.
I told you, if top lane's behind for LNG and Weibo can stabilize, Weibo's in a much better state.
Really nicely into side lanes and to be able to team fight quite well with this Weibo comp. I just think
this is already perfect for Weibo, this game state.
Zuka's just so screwed. He doesn't even have flash. He's level 2, 5 minutes into the game with 2 CS. He is going to be able to get to the tower now.
Oh my god, he can't play. Does he have E? Crisp has flash. Oh my god, it's so donezo. Enemy Renekton is so useless. What?
And LNG just can't find a way to get that croc out of deep water.
Weibo are dominating in this early game.
I knew it!
Zone Breathe away from the bot tower. You will be denied those farm, but it doesn't matter. On the top side of the map, Weibo is finding advantages. Crucially though, let's keep track of the gold. The advantages are really being built between the top laners. Sure, Zuka is extremely far behind, but Gala getting those plates.
And the waves, the waves bouncing. Oh, mama,
and you also look towards the mid lane, which was, you know, one of our focused matchups here with so much history between Xiaohu and Scout. And Xiaohu on the Orianna is absolutely pumping here. Constant pressure in mid lane, being able to shove in these waves.
Oh, -1.
Very, very nice for an Orianna, and especially Weibo with the amount of scaling options that they do have.
Having a whale of time in the mid lane right now. Has got those Ionian.
Yeah, grubs are spawning here.
As well.
Weibo Gaming are late to the grub spawn. I wonder if this is a good committal because Jin's gonna lose a wave. Rakan can move. They can maybe delay and Ashe can hit, or is Ashe gonna move? Ashe is gonna move. She's really slow though. She's so far. I think with LNG we'll get 2, maybe Weibo gets 1. I doubt it though. This Skarner's level 4. He's trying to get level 5 on top wave from a minion. See is hovering.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the LNG have too much of a
He needs Gnar to kill a minion. Kill a minion. Kill a minion, Gnar. Thank you. You only got 1 there. Oh, nice Q flash from Hung. Really well played. Okay, top lane stabilizing a bit from that.
A great engage from Hung.
You can't die like that, it's breathe.
He's gonna lose that entire farm, and LNG find another kill. They've guaranteed numbers advantage.
Oh, Light is so close to 6 as well.
Close to level 6.
I think Weibo take this. Fuck it. They have TP on Gnar. He can only TP to a tower, but bad knock up by Chris. They need to wait for Breathe. Shockwave hits Rel. Ooh, it's kind of scuffed. Light's dead as fuck, maybe. Mega dead. Skarner's dead. Breathes here, but he can't do anything. Ahri has 3 stacks. Can they play that? Hung's gonna W out. The Scout have mana for Charm. Hits Chris, but Chris has knock up. Ahri zoom. He could flash W here. Oh my god. Come on, Weibo, locked him.
So hugely beneficial for LNG. As you said, Hung didn't hesitate, went straight for Breathe after that pick, gaining so much. I mean, they didn't clean all of the grubs, but still grabbing 2 out of the first pack is quite nice.
I am shocked that Weibo still tried to fight that.
Are you ready? It's Weibo.
No, I'm not. We did kind of expect this. They love to fight
Light's
for these
positioning there was a bit bad.
Even at a numbers disadvantage. Look, they try to force this, and LNG
Light's just kind of walked up into their face.
There's only 2 members. They don't actually do that much damage initially.
But I guess he's following the shockwave. I think he needs to keep kiting up though. He can't backtrack.
You noticed it in the fight, Medic. We have to highlight it again. Easy collapse comes in from LNG. Scout with a beautiful charm connect.
He needs to run up.
And it means that LNG find that initial kill. And they get enough growth. That's what matters.
The shadow.
Long way for evening up those experience advantages that Weibo had been able to gain.
It's crazy how Renekton. It's still fine. The gold is useless. Renekton's 200 gold up, but he's 2 levels down.
Zigga's going to struggle, I think, for a while, but Gala has started to even out the gold, at least, that he was falling behind. Like, he just got his 200th kill on the world stage with that kill in this game. He's the 23rd player to do that.
Tarzan, don't choke, lock in.
Here is also level 7 now, so maybe not going to do a lot for the experience. Weibo will see if they can still use those advantages, because they are pushing in
Big grump.
both top lane and bottom lane here.
Light, wake up as well.
With Light, with Breathe, and Tarzan takes that opportunity to go for some jungle invades here, trying to put that knockdown.
We have Zeka, Zika. Yeah, we have Zeka.
Part of the risk now for Weibo, though, is that Weiwei is level 6. That paranoia is a looming threat at any moment, right? If you go for a dive, not only will
When's Rookie playing?
join the battle,
Aware.
but also you have to deal with the darkness that comes out. So we'll see how aggressive Weibo wants to be. When Tarzan gets the upper hand over
He has no smite here, Tarzan.
to go into these invades.
He's just showing his presence. Because they need vision on Nocturne. But LNG are denying all the vision on Nocturne, and Ashe has no summons. I think he's far enough back though, this Ashe. They were gonna